Hello everyone, it's Ego. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a more casual video where I want to talk about my experiences from leveling my first 80 to now my second character that is just about to hit 80, which is my Paladin. Forewarning, this video is completely unscripted because I wanted to have just a casual conversation with you guys and give you guys genuine commentary on what it was like to level my first character versus my second character. So let's get right into it. Hey everyone, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe. It's free, it shows support, and it really does help the channel grow. Don't forget to also leave a like before you leave. Thanks everyone, let's get back to the video. So I want to talk about the first difference between my first character and my second character, which obviously was the class. So the class that I originally leveled as my first 80 was my rogue, and I leveled as a combat rogue to start and then transferred into assassination. And then of course, like I mentioned, my second character that is level 80, or will be level 80, is going to be my Paladin. He's currently sitting at 79, but I'm very close to 80. I will probably be getting it in the next couple hours that I level it. But as I was saying, so the main difference that I found was the class, and I am a firm supporter of the fact that class does matter when it comes to leveling. Some classes are built better for leveling than others, and I feel like Paladin versus Rogue is definitely one of those comparisons. So as a Rogue, I found that I was able to do a lot of single target damage, but when it came to doing group quests by myself or really taking a lot of the killing quests into consideration, I found I had a lot easier time on my Paladin because I leveled it as PROT, which I did do a PROT leveling guide actually, which I will leave down below, because if you're looking at leveling a Paladin, don't hesitate to go PROT. I can genuinely say that it was a fun experience, and that it surprised me how easy it was to actually complete your quests, because you're able to grab multiple mobs at the same time, and you're able to complete quests basically in bulk. Now, I don't think that it was necessarily a matter of speed that made it seem easier to quest on my Paladin than it was my Rogue. I think it was just the fact that what I was doing on my Paladin felt faster when it comes to questing, because I wasn't going mob to mob and, you know, doing one kill at a time. Not to mention my Paladin was better equipped for self-sustain, so I was able to continuously pull mobs, so it was faster in that sense. I didn't have to stop and, you know, eat food like I did with my Rogue a lot, or bandage myself. So that's the most notable difference, is the class really did matter. So if ever you're looking at leveling another alt, understand that, you know what, you might have a faster time leveling up your alt than you did your main, because depending on the class, you're going to have a much easier time. Another really noticeable difference, which I'm sure a lot of you are kind of picking up on at this point as people are going into leveling their alts, is Heirlooms. So for my Paladin, I decided to grab myself some Heirlooms, and I wanted to get that 20% bonus XP, and let me tell you, it matters. It really does. I recognize the speed. I definitely noticed it. Whether I was dungeon grinding or completing quests, I seen my XP bar going up a lot faster. Now, again, I don't know if it was because of the class or what, but I can definitely say that my XP per hour was significantly higher doing dungeons and also quests. So if you're looking at leveling an alt and you want to really like fast track through the process, I definitely recommend getting your Heirlooms, get the shoulders and the chest piece, and just go to town, because it's a lot easier to get through those levels now when you have those Heirlooms, and leveling alts doesn't feel as much of a chore. And I think the most noticeable thing that I found from leveling my first 80 to my second 80 was the fact that I didn't feel rushed. The first level 80, obviously, you know, I'm rushing to get to max level because I want to get into Nax, I want to get into Obsidian Sanctum, I want to get into Eye of Eternity, I want to start raiding with my guild. But going into my second 80, I didn't feel that at all. I didn't feel rushed. I didn't feel like I had to complete something. I didn't feel like I was, you know, crunched for time. So I was able to really enjoy the quests, enjoy the dungeons. I was able to, you know, put on music and really relax. I was able to actually enjoy playing the game without worrying about, oh, am I going to make this deadline? Am I going to make it, you know, to raid on Tuesday or whatever? I didn't feel that this time around. I also had more time to level up my professions. Again, I didn't feel rushed to get to max level over my professions. I had some time to casually play my alt as I kind of played on my main, and I found that that was a lot more fun for me. So that's a big thing about leveling your second character versus your first, is unless you're leveling it for a specific reason, like for example your guild is short a tank or a healer, or they need a warrior DPS or something, if you're not doing it for a specific reason, you're able to really just enjoy the leveling process. Because I know that some people say, you know, that it's a boring process and everything like that, but you can make it fun, right? Like plowing through quests, putting on some music, questing with guildies if they have alts. There's different ways that you can make the leveling process less painful, because trust me, I understand it's painful, especially when you're going into your third, fourth, and maybe even fifth character if you're going that far. But overall, I found that when I wasn't trying to reach that deadline like I did with my first character, I had much more fun just by that fact alone, that I knew I didn't have to rush. So that to me was the biggest difference between my first and second character, was again, the fact that I wasn't rushed. Now those are my differences between leveling my first and second character, but I want to hear from you guys. If you guys have done your first character and now moving on to your second, or you've already done your second moving on to your third, I want to hear it. Let me know in the comments down below what you found the biggest differences were between your first and your second or third character. Now with all that being said, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. You're an absolute legend and I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like down below, sub to the channel as well. It really does help the channel grow. So with all that said, thank you so much once again, and I will see you all in the next video. I hope to see you as well in my future live streams, because I start to plan doing those even more. And yeah, thanks so much everyone.